Hey guys, Antrim here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today I'm going to be showing you guys the 13W01A snapshot, which is the first snapshot of 2013, hence the 13 in the title, and it is the first snapshot of the 1.5 redstone update. So yeah, and if you guys want to mess around with the snapshot for yourselves, be sure to check out the link in the description below, because I am going to provide the map that I am using right now as a download link for you guys, so you guys don't have to go placing all the blocks yourselves. You can just kind of log into this world and mess around with it for yourselves. And as well, since there is a lot to do with the snapshot, if I do wind up missing anything, as always, I am going to provide information in the description for the things that I did wind up missing. So again, let's just go ahead and let's launch right into this here. So the first item on the agenda today is the daylight sensor, and the way the daylight sensor works, and as of right now, I currently do not know of a crafting recipe for it. I searched all around for it and could not find it, but I can only suspect that it involves the new nether quartz, which is a part of the update as well. I'll get into that here pretty soon. But yeah, I can only assume that it's created with that. And the way that the daylight sensor works is, as its title would suggest, is it detects the daylight that is in the sky and outputs a redstone signal that corresponds with the amount of daylight in the sky. So I have these command blocks here to set the various time between every 1,000 or so. So if I set the time to 0 here, you're going to notice, because there isn't a whole lot of daylight in the sky, you're going to see that not all of the repeaters are lit up here, and hence not all of the lamps are lit up here. So if I go ahead and I set it the time to 1,000, you'll see a little bit more light comes on. If I set it to 2,000, a little bit more light comes on. 3,000, a little bit more, and then all the way to 4,000, where the last repeater is lit. And then if we drop a little bit of daylight out of the sky here, you're going to notice the time gets set to 12,000. You can see this repeater right here turns off, and if we watch it for a little bit longer, you'll see that as time passes, these repeaters are going to turn off. And in case you didn't see it, I'm going to wait for this one to turn off here. There we go. And then once we set it to nighttime here, the daylight sensor turns off because all of the daylight in the sky is gone. So anyways, let's go ahead and let's set time to 0 here, and let's move on to the next item on the agenda. So the redstone comparator is created just like this. It takes 3 redstone torches in order to make, and then has a nether quartz in the middle here, and then stone on the bottom. So just place this in a crafting bench as such, and that's how you get it. And you get the redstone comparator. And the way the redstone comparator works is it compares 2 different signals. So it compares one signal, the signal from the back, which is signal A, to any given signal that comes in on the side, which is signal B, and it's going to either output a redstone signal or it's not going to. And it's supposed to work in 2 different configurations. If you look at the torch in the front here, if you right click on the comparator itself, you see the torch goes away or the torch comes back. The way it's supposed to work right now, although it does not, is that if you right click on it and this torch is right here, or at least this is the way I believe it's supposed to work, if the torch shows up on front, it will output a full signal, and if you right click on it, it will only output the signal that it receives from the back. So it will equal the output that comes in from the back. So let's just go ahead and let's give myself a lever here. Let's just do this, and then I'll give myself some redstone. I'll do this here, and let me just go ahead and let me extend the line out quite a bit here. So if I go ahead and I bring the signal like all the way back to here or something, you notice that the signal no longer lights up as many repeaters. So that's the way this setting is supposed to work. And then if I were to right click on this here, it's supposed to output a full signal. But anyways, moving on here, the way that the comparator actually works is it compares the signal coming in from the back to a signal coming in from the side. And if the signal coming in from the side is stronger than the signal coming in from the back, then it will not output anything. So as you can see here, because this only takes 3 pieces of redstone to get to the side, whereas the back one here takes 4 pieces, this side does not light up. But if the signal is equal to or if it's equal to or less than, so if the signal is weaker, if it's equal to or weaker than the signal coming in from the back, then it will not affect this at all. So what it's doing is it's just comparing 2 different redstone lines. So now there are, ways in the game to create things depending on the signal power, which is definitely going to have a lot of uses as time passes. So yeah, anyways, moving on here, the next item of business is the block of redstone. Now you guys might think, oh, this is a mod, there's mods of this, but there is actually a very defined use for the block of redstone, and it's created just as such, and essentially what it is it is a movable torch. So if you want to move a redstone signal anywhere you want, if I go ahead and I press this here, you see that now this one lights up instead of this one, because obviously the torch, well, the block itself has moved, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That's how that one works.